Good morning, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if there's probable cause for those charges. Probable cause simply means that it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who committed the crime. Of course, as you stand before me this morning, I presume that you're innocent of these charges. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings, unless and until the State Attorney's Office can prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release this morning. That means your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit, or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this morning. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there are 2 assistant state attorneys in the courtroom with me this morning. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. And I need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. You all solemnly swear or affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Cecilia Brown. Morning, Miss Brown. What's your date of birth?
4/16/83.
All right, Miss Brown, this is a PC arrest for a violation of probation. There is probable cause for the VOP. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Appoint a public defender. Is there a way that we can resolve this today?
Unfortunately, Miss Brown, there is not. This is a circuit court case, and I'm just a hard-working county court judge, so they don't let me handle difficult cases like this. You'll have to go to circuit court for that. So I'm going to set your bond at no bond because that's what we do on VOPs. And you'll be back in front of Judge Merritt on May 15th. He'll be happy to work the case out on that date if possible. And the public defender is going to come see you before that so you know what's going to happen on the 15th, okay?
Okay.
Very good. Thank you.
On my other paperwork, it said that, something about March 24th. What do I need to do about that?
Well, March 24th is about a month in the past, so I wouldn't worry about that one.
I meant to say May 24th. I'm sorry.
It'll be the 15th.
Okay.
You're going to be on the 15th,
Okay.
and the public defender will help you clear up all your issues, okay?
All right. Thank
Very
you.
good. John Hilly. Morning, Don. What's your date of birth?
24/69.
All right. The charge this morning is battery being domestic in nature. Rob, did you read this rather lengthy PC affidavit?
Have I?
No, not you, man. You hang
I
on.
was looking, actually, Judge, I spent more time on the criminal history.
Okay.
If I can have a moment.
Yep.
Looks like she's got an outstanding felony warrant she has been arrested on.
And that we'll get to that in a second.
Okay, Judge, I'm good to go forward.
Okay. I'm inclined to find no probable cause today. There may be additional facts with this whole situation, and you guys may have a charge to file against somebody.
If we could have 20, I would ask for 24 hours.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Or not.
I'm going to release her today, Rob, and then you guys can figure it out. It's a misdemeanor charge, so you can figure it out. By the time it's going to come back to me anyway, so.
Gotcha.
All right. So, Don, I'm going to find there's no probable cause for the charge in this instance.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, hang on now. That doesn't mean you won't get charged, all right? It means that with the information that I have this morning, I'm finding no probable cause. That means I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, but you still have to come back and see me on the 16th of May, okay?
Okay.
And
Yes, sir.
it's very important that you're here because if you fail to show up that day, then you'd get a warrant, and the state attorney's office may tell me that they have additional facts or circumstances that warrant charging you, and they can do that. But for this morning, I'm finding no PC. Now, I have been told that you have a warrant that hasn't been served in a felony case, so that I know the jail will look to see if that warrant is there prior to releasing you today. But at least on this case, you're ROR, all right?
And that case number, Judge, is 18 CF 333.
Right. So they'll check that. If there is a warrant, they'll serve that on you before you go, and we'd see each other tomorrow morning. If it's not there, then you'll be free to go, but you'll be back in court on the misdemeanor charge on the 16th, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Was PD appointed, Judge?
I didn't yet, okay. Jessica Johnson.
No, I'm not saying.
Morning, Ms. Johnson. What's your date of birth?
3/14/86.
Ms. Johnson, I have 6 charges this morning, 3 counts of fraudulent use of credit card and 3 counts of petty theft. There's probable cause for all those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself, you want to hire private counsel, or would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD, state. It's actually got a brand new open felony case, too. Probably related.
We've got 8 CF. The open felony is 18 CF
888.
888. I believe it's active but not yet assigned. In terms of the criminal history, Judge, I don't know that there's anything else out of the state of Florida. Looks like there may be some activity. Failure to appear Jefferson County, would that be Missouri maybe? I have a few out-of-state failure to appear back in actually 2017. Drug paraphernalia, possession of marijuana. More failure to appear than anything else. I believe that is it, Your Honor.
Okay. And Jessica, I've got the address for you on Broad Street here in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you lived here?
3.
Say again?
I've lived back in Florida for 3 months.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
I take care of my grandmother.
Okay. I'm going to leave the bonds per the schedule, which is $1,000 on each count of fraudulent use and $500 on the petty thefts. That's a total of $4,500. We'll have these cases back on the 21st of May. I think that's where your other case is as well, so it shouldn't be an issue there. If you're able to get out, you should contact the public defender's office right away. If you can't get out, they're going to come see you at the jail before your court date, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Aaron Reed.
Yes, sir.
Morning, Ms. Reed. What's your date of birth?
10/30/72.
All right. Just read the charges. Battery on a person 65 or older and appear to be domestic in nature. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender, please,
I'll
sir.
appoint the PD. State, what can you tell me?
Face sheet is showing a prior misdemeanor, and it looks to be a Colorado DUI in 1992. Failures to appear in 95. Burglary in 97. Unknown disposition on those. Apparently another DUI and marijuana and paraphernalia in 2000.
I haven't been in trouble in a long time, trying to be better.
Okay, just hang on. He's going through it.
Apparently, it reads a little different, Judge, but it could have been a prison stint in the state of Colorado. A contempt. And that's it.
And Ms. Reed, I have an address for you on Ashland Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you lived there?
About 2.5, 3 years.
You have a job these days?
Yes, sir. A very good one.
What do you do?
I run heavy equipment for a company called REPA and Constructors.
Okay. And does Beverly live on Ashland Drive as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, here's what we're going to do, Aaron. I'm going to set your bond at $1,000. However, a condition of your bond is that you'll have no contact with Beverly while this charge is pending. No contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message, you don't contact her through any social media. You don't have a third person contact her, don't go where she lives, don't go where she works, don't have any contact of any kind. Any way that you might imagine contacting her, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, your bond can be revoked and you can be held without bond while the charges are resolved. It means no contact even if she wants the contact. So if you answer your phone and hear her voice, you should hang up. If you're out and about and see her, you should turn around and run the other way. You need to understand that she cannot drop the charges against you. That is not a decision she gets to make. She may go to the state attorney's office and ask them to drop the charges. She may tell them she's not interested in pursuing this matter. But that decision belongs solely to the assistant state attorney handling your case. So unless that person or the judge on your case tells you the charges are dropped, you should assume they are not dropped and you should not have contact. In addition, we've got to hold you at the jail today up until 4 p.m. so that if she wanted to serve you with a civil injunction for protection against domestic violence, we'd know where to find you. If you get the civil injunction, it's doubly important that you not have contact, because in that case, not only would you get your bond revoked here, but you would get new charges for violating the injunction. As far as the address on Ashland Drive is concerned, as long as Beverly stays there, you'll have to stay somewhere else until we get this case resolved. You can go by one time to collect your clothes, your toothbrush, whatever you need for wherever you plan to go, but to accomplish that, you must contact the sheriff's office first. They'll meet you there with a deputy who'll stand by while you get your things and get going where you're going. I'm going to have you back in court on the 21st of May. Very important that you contact the public defender's office if you get out, all right?
Yes, sir. Did you say that I'm being held here till 4 today?
Yes, ma'am. Unless your mother serves an injunction earlier. If they serve an injunction on you, you get to go right when that happens. If no injunction is served, we'll hold you till 4 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wayne Fahy. Want to throw with your date of birth?
10/20/1990.
All right. You're hearing a warrant that I signed. You failed to appear in my court on a status on a violation of probation case. As to that charge, the folks at probation have suggested that I could revoke your probation and sentence you to 30 days in the county jail. If you want to accept that this morning, you can. If you'd like an opportunity to speak to an attorney first, you sure can do that.
Can I do that in Orange County? The 30 days in Orange County?
If you could get them to come get you, I wouldn't care, but I doubt you'll be able to get them to come get you.
I think what he's saying, Judge, is he was brought from Orange, so he's got some time over there. I can't verify how much it is.
Jail, do you know how long he was in the Orange County jail?
I was there for Friday.
Okay. Well, I give you credit for whatever. What's that, a week? 7 days.
8 days.
Yeah. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Or can I get probation over there?
No. You can get 30 days. That pretty much is the answer. Right now, I've got you with 7 days credit time served. So that means you probably have about 18 left to do. So if you'd rather speak to a lawyer to see if there's any other...
I'll do the 8 days, sir. I'll go ahead and do my 8 days here.
All right. You understand by entering an admission to a violation of probation, you give up the right to have a trial for the court, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to have a lawyer represent you, but you want to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes, sir.
Case number 16, MM3760. Do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yes, sir.
I'll accept the admission, find it's freely and voluntarily made, revoke and terminate the probation unsuccessfully, adjudicate you guilty of the underlying charge. If we didn't do that before, sentence you to 30 days in the county jail, credit 7 days served. There'll be a $50 cost of prosecution and your cost of incarceration. That takes care of it, sir. You just need to finish the time, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Christopher Malara.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Christopher. You are here this morning on a warrant signed by Judge Toner. Apparently you failed to appear in his court on a charge of possession of cocaine. As to that charge... Pardon me?
I was in the restroom.
I failed to listen to my name.
Okay, well, I'm not even going to go into that. I know that's how things happen in courtroom E. Are you going to represent yourself? You're going to hire private counsel? Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the public defender. Judge Toner set your bond at $20,000. I can't change that. Kathleen, does he have a date prior to the 21st? No, that's it. All right. The soonest I can get you back in court, unfortunately, is the 21st of May. If you bond out, you should contact the public defender right away. If you can't bond out, they'll come see you at the jail, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Wait, hang on a sec. All right, I'll move you up to the 7th of May. Very good. Thank you.
All right.
Raymond Rodriguez. Morning, Raymond. What's your date of birth?
12/19/1959.
All right, Raymond, first thing I have for you is a warrant signed by Judge Scaglione. He found probable cause for 4 counts, trafficking in controlled substance, which looks like it was oxycodone, sale of controlled substance, 2 counts of that, and 1 count of possession of controlled substance. Then we have new charges of introduction of contraband into a detention facility and possession of a new legend drug without a prescription. There's probable cause all the way around. As to those charges, Raymond, you want to represent yourself. You can hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD, Steve.
Judge, we have an extensive record out of the state of New York, including drug sale, drug possession. There appears to be a robbery, although the disposition is unknown there. There's also some property crimes as well.
Okay.
There's a robbery as well, showing in the 1987? Yes, 1987.
Okay. And Raymond, I have an address for you on Gondolier Road in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
2001.
All right. Do you have a job these days?
I'm collecting disability and Social Security.
Okay. All right. On Judge Caglione's warrant, I'm going to leave the bonds per the schedule, which is $25,000 on the trafficking, $5,000 on the 2 sales, and $2,000 on the controlled substance. So it's $37,000 on that case. On the new charges, $5,000 on the introduction, $1,000 on the possession. So your total is $43,000 all the way around. All of your charges coming back on the 21st of May. If you get out, you should contact the public defender's office right away. If you can't get out, they'll come see you before your court date. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. David Swanson. Morning, David. What's your date of birth?
08-2663.
All right, David, I have 2 charges this morning. I have a battery and a failed to comply with sex offender reporting requirements. There's probable cause for both charges. As to those
That one.
please don't interrupt me. There's
Okay, sir.
probable cause for both charges. As to those charges, do you wish to represent yourself? You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the.
I haven't been charged with the other charge, sir.
Okay, well,
I've only been charged with one.
Okay. Yes, you've been charged with both, David. That's why I'm here. I'm telling you, you've been charged with both, okay?
Public defender.
Okay, you got to back off the microphone. I'm telling you, you've been charged with both charges. That's why we're here today. State, what can you tell me?
Got an open failure to register case in Citrus County. We'd ask for an RCO on that if the court's willing to do it. And open, looks like a MM case. I'm not sure what kind of case it is. Also in Citrus County, date of offense on the failure to register case is 4/3/18, and the other MM is 3/16/18. Let's see. Oh, it's an obstruction. It's a resisting without violence. That's the open misdemeanor case. We have a failure to appear in 2017. a battery guilty in 2016. The battery might wind up as a felony, most likely. Sex offender violation, failure to register in 2016. There's going to be a pattern here for the court will find right away. Another failure to register in 2016. Probation violation for another failure to register 2011. And let's see, the failure to register was ultimately, that happened in 2011. He violated probation. We have larceny, grand theft in...
I've never been arrested for larceny or grand theft.
All right, good to know. Either way, it's on his rap sheet, so I'm reading it off. I'm not sure the date on that. Looks like it was in the 80s. There's a lewd and lascivious assault back in 82.
How's that showing somebody your privates?
You should just stop talking, David. You're not being helpful.
Possession of a firearm by a felon that was dismissed in 81. Let's see. And then in North Carolina, there were several failure to register cases that were dismissed ultimately, it looks like. And some charges in Georgia that it looks like were dismissed. I don't see any final dispositions on them. They might have been, there was an extradition from Georgia probably for down here.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. And sir, do you have a job these days?
Excuse me?
Do you have a job?
Do I have a job? Yes, I'm a musician and also work moving people's furniture and stuff like that.
Okay. As to the misdemeanor battery, I'm going to set your bond at $1,000. Condition of the bond is that you have no contact with Marie Picciata. Did you hear me explain no contact earlier?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
That case will be back on the 16th of May. On the fail to register case, as you guys know, I'm uncomfortable RCOing other counties' cases, so I'm not going to do that. I will set the bond on this charge at $20,000. Condition of the bond is that you'd be subject to GPS monitoring at your expense. This case will be back in court on the 21st of May. If you're able to bond out, you should contact the public defender's office right away. If you can't bond out, they'll come see you at the jail. Thank you.
Is that an excessive bond, sir?
Actually, I think it's probably generous.
No, I think it's excessive. The last one was $1,000.
Sir, sit down. Okay.